7-3, the best 10-game start in Penn women's hoops history. Over the holiday break, the Quakers were on a road trip out west in San Diego. But during the second game of that trip against San Diego State, there was no more celebration. And not just because of the loss in the box score, but the potential loss of a star player.
As soon as I went down, I knew. I felt like the whole gym knew. Which, I mean, I don't know. My trainer came over and I think she knew right away, and they obviously tested it out. And sure enough, that was what had happened. But I think that, I mean, and also I reacted in a way that was like my body knew. Like I was nauseous, like a little lightheaded. I get migraines, and when the onset, I see spots. I'm seeing spots. It's like my whole life was just like, what is going on?
Right. Not only did Quakers forward Jess Knapp tear her left ACL, she also tore her left MCL. No doubt a very devastating injury for the senior. But she'd been through this type of injury before, tearing the ACL in her right knee and missing her entire freshman season. So if there was one other thing she knew right away, was that Jess wasn't ending her Penn career on a surgical table.
I had a consultation with Dr. Sennett. He, laid everything on the table for me, let me know that if I wanted to play, that would be an option. Pretty rapidly, he read the MRI report and showed me the film, and he said, he told me ACL tear, which I knew, MCL tear, which I didn't know, and I didn't really know what that involved either, because obviously last time it was just the ACL. And then he said there's some damage to your posterior meniscus too. So of course my heart dropped. He was very upfront with me. He told me the risks that are involved with playing on it.
What are the risks?
20 to 30% will, finish the season out and are able to do it. It's, a lot to think about mentally and also physically to do. So I guess the odds aren't really in my favor, but it's been holding up so far. So.
And holding up well. So much for Knapp taking it easy. She missed 1 month of the season, but has averaged over 21 minutes since returning. And she posted her 500th career point as a Quaker. But with Penn well out of the Ivy League title hunt, no postseason tournament plan, and since she's at Penn, there is no scholarship, some may wonder, why in the world would Jess Knapp risk playing on 2 torn knee ligaments?
I think it has a lot to do with the fact that I couldn't play freshman year. In high school, I was a 3-sport athlete, and then I come to Penn, obviously, to play basketball, and that's taken away from me. And you take it for granted, totally.
Right.
You don't really realize how much you put into being able to play a sport.
Scholarship athlete or not, many people would have said no. Dr. Sennett said that 20 to 30% of the students can do this, be able to, after that type of injury, to be able to compete. And we walked out there and we said, Jess will be one of your 20%. I would assure you that.
If I was at a scholarship school, I think I would still be doing this. But I think that's why I get some, I tell people I'm playing on and they look at me like I have 5 heads.
5 heads? No. 2 torn knee ligaments? Yes. And 1 giant heart. Amy Fadool, Comcast Sportsnet.